2 times a year, the Raiders have to play 2 of the NFL's best quarterbacks, and Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, along with facing off against some of the greatest offensive minds in the history of this game, and Sean Payton and Andy Reid. They get rid of Derek Carr. They say, Derek Carr, you suck. You're a bum. You're not good enough to start at quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. And do you know who they decide to replace Derek Carr with? The guy who wasn't good enough to cut at that quarterback for Josh McDaniels, Jimmy Garoppolo. The Las Vegas Raiders are signing Jimmy G to a 3-year contract worth $67.5 million, $34 million guaranteed. How does Jimmy G make Las Vegas a better team this season than what they were last year when they had Derek Carr under center? That makes absolutely no sense to me. This is, at best, a lateral move. You're going from Derek Carr, a guy who took you to the playoffs when you had an interim head coach. You kick him out. You say, you're not good. And you're going to replace him with Jimmy Garoppolo, man? Jimmy Garoppolo, the guy who is the definition of fragile luggage, handle with care. That's what needs to be taped on Jimmy Garoppolo's helmet. Fragile. Don't hit him too hard because he will get injured. Literally. The dude can't stay healthy. He struggles to make big throws in big moments of games, time in and time out, and you are going to sign him. And you, Josh McDaniels, with your job possibly being on the line, you're going to put your job security in the hands of Jimmy Garoppolo? Doesn't seem like a smart decision to me, but okay. Now, can Jimmy Garoppolo have success in Las Vegas? Absolutely. All the talent's there for him to be successful. You have Devontae Adams. You're throwing to third and Renfro. You got Darren Waller at tight end. Josh Jacobs at running back. You got a pretty good offensive line. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, if he's able to stay healthy and he plays serviceable, the Las Vegas Raiders, if their defense improves, it could be a pretty tough outing. But you're asking Jimmy Garoppolo to take you to the playoffs in a quarterback-driven conference. The majority of the NFL's best quarterbacks all reside, or most of them reside, in the AFC. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence. Some of the NFL's top quarterbacks, most of them play in the AFC. For you to make it far in this conference, you need good quarterback play, point blank, period. This isn't the early 2010s when you could win with a Joe Flacco or a game manager at quarterback. If you're trying to win a Super Bowl, you need elite quarterback play. Lamar Jackson is out there, a former MVP. Although he does have a history with injuries, if I had to choose between Jimmy Garoppolo and Lamar Jackson and my job was on the line, I'm putting my faith in Lamar Jackson. Yeah, you would have had to give up 2 first-rounders, and you would have had to pay a hefty salary for him. But that's the price that it takes to land an elite quarterback. You're sitting here trying to be cheap, signing Jimmy Garoppolo just because he knows the system. Okay, cool, he knows the system, but is he going to be around to even execute at a high level? Even if he does play well, you don't know if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be able to last a full 17-game season. And I'm not trying to predict injuries because that would be ignorant of me too, because you can't predict injuries. But I do think that there is a very high chance that Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't last a full season. He's only played, 15, 16 games? How many times so far throughout his NFL career? There is a reason why the 49ers gave up 3 first-round picks to trade up for Trey Lance. You want to know why? Because Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't good enough to cut it. And yet the Las Vegas Raiders, playing in a division in the conference where the majority of the NFL's best quarterbacks, are going to say, yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the guy who's going to take us toe-to-toe with Mahomes, Herbert. Come on, man. If you're a Raiders fan right now, I know you have to be feeling really upset. Even though most of us expected this to happen, there were really only 3 places Jimmy Garoppolo was going to land. Either the New York Jets, but it looks like they're in on Aaron Rodgers, the Houston Texans, or Las Vegas. This is a situation where Jimmy Garoppolo can thrive in. The talent is there, but the thing with Jimmy Garoppolo is that he's inconsistent. One week, he plays well. Another week, he plays average. And 2 weeks after, the dude either gets injured or plays like hot shit. Why would you want this kind of inconsistency at quarterback? And for any Las Vegas fan that tries to find a reason why Derek Carr isn't better than Jimmy Garoppolo, I would love to hear your arguments. I would love to hear why this move makes the Raiders a better football team. You replace Derek Carr with the quarterback who is just as good or maybe worse, and also is unable to stay healthy for a full season. How does that make any sense? The Raiders just continue to show us why they are the Raiders. One of the worst ran franchises in the NFL, and one of the worst ran franchises in all of sports. I mean, you had some better options out there. You could have traded for Aaron Rodgers. Like, Aaron Rodgers wasn't even willing to listen to what the Las Vegas Raiders had to pitch to him. This dude is going to go to the New York Jets and potentially play with his friend Nathaniel Hackett at OC, the guy who was abysmal as a head coach for the Denver Broncos, the dude who played a part in Russell Wilson's demise. This dude rather play or potentially get traded to the New York Jets versus getting traded and being reunited with his former wide receiver in Las Vegas. Let me know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders signing Jimmy Garoppolo down in the comment section down below.